to the Oral Health Podcast. Now, it is the first month of the year, and as always, we're going to have a bit of a chat about Dry January, something I'm sure that you are very familiar with. Obviously, alcohol has a lot of implications for oral health, and we're going to discuss that a little bit more, just to discuss why Dry January is a good idea from a mouth health perspective. Obviously, Karen, there's so much we can talk about, isn't there?
There is, yes, and Happy New Year to you. I
Oh
think
yes,
we're
Happy
all
New Year. Yeah,
probably
just skated over
probably
that
a
bit,
bit,
didn't I?
yeah, you forgot that bit. Um, yeah, I think by the time we get to January, we're all a little bit fed up of festivities, or most of us are. Um, so I suppose it's the ideal month to say, right, let's just have a month where we don't have any alcohol. And obviously, it has benefits to every part of our body, really, but especially our mouths. And obviously, we're most interested in the mouth part of it. So there are many benefits, as you said. Alcohol does dry out your mouth. Um, Dry mouth causes a lot of problems, ranging from more susceptible to dental decay to the discomfort of feeling that your mouth is very dry. It makes talking, eating, swallowing, it makes all of those difficult. So you may find if you go for dry January that you hadn't noticed how dry your mouth was, and when you actually don't have alcohol, you might find how pleasant it is to have a mouth that is awash with saliva.
Absolutely. And I mean, there's a lot of sugar in most festive drinks, things like, I don't know, Baileys or Bucks Fizz, things like that that are just loaded with alcohol and sugar. So they've got double trouble, if you like, going
Yeah.
on. What kind of alcoholic drinks are, you reckon, the most sugary, doing the most damage in terms of the sugar content?
Well, anything fruity really. Cider's very, very high in sugar, as are cocktails, even mocktails as well. So even if you have a mocktail during dry January, you are still getting sugar and acid. Um, so try and avoid something that contains that. Um, if you are going to uh, indulge, but we'll drink water in between. Just have a bit of a rest between. Mixers as well. If you have a full fat mixer, that's got a lot of sugar in, so you could swap to a diet one. Um, I mean, obviously, we were encouraging people to completely stop alcohol for dry January, um, just to try and reap the benefits or actually notice the benefits of not having alcohol. And I mean, that's even, the person that comes home on a Friday night and has a glass of wine, um, right the way through to out 3 nights a weekend having a binge drink. We can all benefit from actually making that choice and saying, do you know what? January's 31 days. And I don't think New Year's Eve counts,
We were
even
having
though it
this
goes
debate in the
past the mid.
office because I've always
Yeah,
said I feel a bit like a fraud doing a dry January because I know that I'll be out well into the early hours of New Year's Day because I'm go out for New Year's Eve and I'm like, well, that's technically part of January, so have I just failed from the start and then why bother? But then you were like, no, Sophie, stop being silly. Obviously, it doesn't count, but I
I
don't know. I
count
feel
the,
like it
the
does.
night that you're actually out. So if you're going out New Year's Eve and it drags into New Year's Day, that's still New Year's Eve. So don't beat yourself up if you've actually gone into the early hours. You haven't ruined dry January. You've still got the rest of the 1st of January going through to the 31st. So I think we can be forgiven for that one.
Maybe we'll
And
see.
if I ruled the world, that would be a new law that would come
What, that
in.
it's not the next day until you go to sleep?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's a great one. I think that should be in my manifesto.
I think nowadays there's a lot of non-alcoholic versions of alcoholic drinks that are
Oh,
much better than in
absolutely.
previous years.
So nice. There are lots of no alcohol beers that you really would be hard pressed to taste any difference. And I don't think you need to feel left out. Um, whether you're the driver, designated driver on that day or whatever. Um, you don't need to feel like you're missing out on anything. And I find it quite amusing being out, being the designated driver when other people are having a drink because they're they act like idiots, don't they, a lot of the time, which is quite amusing. So that's another entertaining thing, isn't it? To do dry January. Go out with your friends who are having a couple and realise, you know what?
And it takes a lot of willpower to build a habit that lasts a full month. So maybe you'll get to the end of it and realise, oh, actually, I could go a little bit more.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of people do, don't they? And I've spoken to friends that have said, well, I haven't drank for 9, 10 months because I stopped in January and thought, actually, and I don't. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody should be totally teetotal, um, but because it is quite nice to sit around with friends and have a small drink. I mean, I know that now having adult children, they're far more costly because it always seems to be my round. So going out for a drink is quite nice with them, but you know, it's like with everything, isn't it? Everything in moderation. But I think it's a good kickstart. Dry January is a great kickstart to find out all the benefits. I mean, you sleep better, you feel better, your skin looks better, your hair looks better, you are much brighter and happy, and all of these things that you probably don't notice that you could be.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
and
even I'm even tempting myself to try it now.
I mean, I very rarely drink, only on like big occasions, and I do go out for New
Only on days
Year's.
with a
But
Y in it, Sophie.
I'm sorry.
Only on days with a Y
Oh
in them.
yeah, yeah, sure. But no, I go to the pub a lot, but my friends will drink pints and whatever, and I'll usually get coffee. That's kind of my going out drink of choice is a
It's
nice
your
coffee,
drug.
but not always. Sometimes I'll treat myself, but no, it's I don't know. The idea of doing it for a whole month sounds quite daunting when you think about it, but
And I
actually it's
think
not
that
a
you
big
shouldn't
deal, is
think
it?
about it
It's
like that.
31
Don't
days.
think about it. Think week by week. It's like with everything. If you give somebody a massive target, it seems unsurmountable. But if you say to somebody, right, I mean, I wouldn't have a glass of wine on a school night, for example. So
It's a nice reset for your overall health, I think, giving
I
up
think it
alcohol,
is.
because
I
it's
think it's
not
a
good for you. We all drink it, or the vast majority of us drink it, but it is really bad for us. So, yeah, giving it
yeah.
up for a full month can't be a bad idea, can it?
No, I don't think it's a bad idea. And even if you can't do the whole month, cutting down is if that's the best you can do, then brilliant. But it's worth giving it a go, I think, just to see, the
Challenge
benefits.
yourself, see
And
if you can do it.
well, we all start New Year's resolutions, don't we, in January? And you know, I know a lot of people that I never thought would be able to, just not have their Saturday night tipple that have done it. So, you know,
I probably should
I
say, just
don't
to
know.
be responsible, that if you are a very heavy drinker, then cutting down and going completely teetotal overnight probably isn't a good idea.
No, maybe
If you are
maybe see the advice of your
consuming a huge
doctor.
amount, then
Yeah,
seek
yeah,
actual medical help before you can cut it out completely, because you don't want to
yeah.
deal with withdrawals and all of that stuff. So it's but yeah, for most of us, it's a fine task. It's not that bad, and you
Uh,
can still go to the pub or the bars or wherever and have an alcoholic drink, or I don't know, a J2O or something. You don't have to be like, oh, I want the non-alcoholic beer, but you can
but
get like a
again,
nice,
but a
yeah.
lot of these things have a lot of sugar, a lot of acid in them. I mean, you're always better off with um, something that isn't. I mean, probably water. That's a bit
Oh, that's
strange
fun,
going
isn't
into a
it?
bar
Oh,
and
I'm
asking
going to
for a
go and have
water.
some water. Wow.
Sorry. I'm always out here to ruin your fun. Yeah, but I mean, anything fizzy has got acid in it. Anything fruity and fizzy has got acid, sugar, a lot. So, again, you might want to split that with a water in between. But I know my husband doesn't drink. Um, However, he'll get home like if we've been around friends or something, and he's so full up of fizzy drinks that he doesn't like water very much. I'm persuading him, but also that there is if you're having a mixer, you're also probably having quite a lot of caffeine, especially if you're using colas and those kind of things. They've got a lot of caffeine in, so if your drink of choice has that kind of mixer, then you might be sort of get the benefits of cutting down on caffeine as well. So that's a double benefit.
It's pretty straightforward when you break it down. It's harmful to your body, alcohol. Giving it a rest is only going to be a good thing going forwards. Give it a try. If you last till day 3, you did it for 3 days. If you can make it the whole month, then maybe treat yourself with something that's non-alcoholic, such as, I don't know, get yourself some biscuits, or do you know what I mean? Like, get yourself a little reward for doing the full 31 days if you didn't think you were going to do it. And that's something to look forward to at the end of it. Like, oh, I'm going to take myself out for a nice meal. Or, that's how I convince myself to do stuff. So I promise myself things in the future.
Yeah, you like the carrot rather than the stick.
100%. Yeah. It works for me. It works for me.
Yeah.
What can I say?
You stop off and get carrot.
But that's it from us today. We're going to be back throughout the year talking about different stuff. But that's our New Year's resolution, isn't it, Karen? To get more oral health podcasts out to you of different and exciting topics. So look forward to listening to that.
Yeah, we're going to try. We're going to try. If anybody has any ideas that they want us to talk about, get in touch.
Yeah, why not?
Now, if there's anything you're interested in that we might know about, not anything random that we wouldn't know about.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to do them, Karen. If they send something to us and we just think, nah, we don't have to do it. We don't have to just get on and be like, oh, I don't know that. Sorry, next question.
Yeah, but to be fair, we do know everything.
That's very true. There's not much we don't know about in this room. But yeah,
or we'll just blag it.
We'll love and leave you for now. All right. Come back soon. Bye-bye.